Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your Celtic cross reading. Thank you so much for your support in purchasing this reading, and thank you especially for your patience in receiving it. So we're looking into your twin flame situation, getting messages from your higher self. You've been getting this message that maybe it's time to release your twin flame because they are married. You know what's really interesting is that oftentimes the person that you will marry will be your soulmate. And sometimes, there will be a twin flame union, and other times, not everyone is on the path to union in this lifetime. So it's very possible that you can recognize your twin flame, but not actually come into union with them. So I love that you're willing to surrender this connection, because that is basically what the twin flame path leads you to do. It leads you to surrender. And surrender doesn't mean giving up. I call surrendering giving in to the infinite possibilities. The twin flame connection can really open you up to spirituality. It can open you up to yourself and who you are. It also teaches you to trust in the universe, trust in yourself. It teaches you to release attachments. It also opens your heart for true love. So I have a feeling there is a soulmate coming in for you. And a soulmate marriage is not bad. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I'm married to my soulmate currently. And it's incredible, an amazing relationship. I'm so happy. And there's been some people I've had to release on this path. And I've had recognition of other people who are in my soul family, other people I have soulmate bonds with, maybe someone I thought was my twin flame. And I feel like this path really anchors you in to being present for what is truly on offer for you right now. So it's very interesting when you have a twin flame recognition and there was someone else. So we're going to go ahead and just look into this for you. So where are you at right now on this path? So this is the education path. This makes me think that you have educated yourself a lot on twin flames. Like, you understand the difference between karmic partner, soulmate, twin flame. You've looked into this a lot. Maybe you've done a lot of readings, or you've watched a lot of videos or read material on it and done some meditation on it. So you're very educated and very knowledgeable, and you know that your heart is calling you to do this release and calling you to do this surrender. And then we see this deception card reversed. So I think that for a time, part of you was wondering, like, is this my twin flame or is it not? Is this, if this is my twin flame and there was someone else, am I supposed to wait for them to break up or whatever? But I think you're starting to realize, this is the Justice card. You're starting to realize that you don't need this person in order to thrive. You're really coming into this understanding of wholeness in and of yourself. And I also feel like you understand that we're all one. In truth, you and your twin flame are one. You guys are one. It's just like think about the ocean. It's a bunch of little drops that make up the ocean. But all of those little drops could be separate from the ocean, but it's also part of the ocean. So we are all our own unique soul, our own unique personalities, but together we make up the collective consciousness. So this is why you probably feel a little telepathic with your twin flame, where you can tap into their energy easily. And there's this aspect of yourself that's in them, and there's an aspect of them that's in you. And so I feel like this has opened you up to spirituality. It's opened you up to your spiritual gifts. It's opened you up to understanding your path more. And so it's just this awakening. I feel like your twin flame really helped facilitate your awakening. And usually that is what the twin flame does. They facilitate your awakening. And so, yes, we see education here. What are the challenges on this path? Well, one of the challenges is opening up to a new love. And also the grief and the pain of the twin flame separation. Yes, you can have a happy life and be whole in and of yourself, but it doesn't take away the fact that sometimes you can feel really sad and really miss this person, and it can be really difficult to see them in a marriage with another person. So sometimes this can lead to depression or sadness or anger, or it kind of spawns like a grieving process. The wonderful thing about this, though, is that that grieving process is a catalyst for your transformation. So this person plays a huge role in your life and in your heart. And I feel like this journey is obviously not yet over. You're going to be able to look back in a couple years and really see how this whole process will lead you to connect with your true love or with the soulmate. And I do see happiness for you in the future in a relationship. Another challenge is responsibility. Sometimes when you're going through the twin flame depression, it's really difficult to attend to your responsibilities. I remember I was kind of going through it a couple years ago, and I was having a hard time getting out of bed. I was having a hard time focusing on the positive. I was in tears. I was confused. And ultimately, the twin flame journey leads you back to yourself. And so I feel like the challenges are just dealing with all these emotions and all of this intense energy, because the twin flame connection is intense energy. And then being able to open your heart, that surrender you're talking about, and open to the new love. So what should your direct focus be as you continue forward on your path? Message from your higher self, message from spirit. So one of the messages is how what you should focus on is staying optimistic about your love life. And then look, we get the release card. What? Ooh, this is giving me chills. This is so on point. So this right here is reminding you that a way to release your twin and surrender is to stay optimistic about your love life. So this could look like writing a list of characteristics of your ideal partner, and looking into aspects of your twin flame that you really like and that you really enjoy. There's reasons you like this person. They have certain qualities, and I feel like you can write down a list of that, and you can appreciate those qualities, and you can use that as a facilitator to help you feel more confident and optimistic about what is to come in your life. I think that whoever comes in your life has really big shoes to fill. And maybe your twin flame is helping you to raise your standards. You want to feel that intense chemistry with someone. You want to feel that connection. And when you meet other people, you just might feel like, you know what, they don't really measure up to my twin. I don't get that feeling. I don't get the butterflies. I don't feel that energy. And there will be someone that you will feel that way with. It's always going to be different. The way that you love each person is unique and different, but you will find someone that you feel an intensity with, and that's what you're looking for. So I think that your twin flame, in a way, is bringing you into a connection with your divine partner, with your life partner. So this is saying the focus is to go on your own path, to go on your own path, to bow to your twin flame's path and move on, and to stay optimistic about your love life and what's coming in the future for you, because you definitely will not be alone forever. Now we're looking into the past. What happened in the past with you and the twin flame and this connection? Okay, so in the past, there was a lot of energy from you going out to try to attract the twin flame. So you did all the things. Maybe you did manifestation, maybe you said prayers, maybe you reached out, you sent love and light, maybe you did some work in the 5D with your twin flame. There's a message here about dreams, like you were working highly with this twin flame energy, okay? And this was to bring you through that transformation process. But ultimately, your twin flame moved on. And not because there wasn't enough chemistry, I just think that the love that you wanted to have, the experience you wanted to have with this twin flame was just like you guys wanted different things, and you guys ultimately were taken on different paths. But you found peace through that, because I feel like you're a really level-headed person. You are very logical. You're highly intuitive, but you have a really logical side. You know what actually really reminds me of you? I was just going to say, if I was to choose any card out of the tarot to describe you, I would choose the Empress card. And you know what, I can't find it, but let me just open up the book real quick and show you. So the Empress card, this is kind of random aside from the Celtic cross, but this would definitely be like the card that describes you. I feel like based off of your energy I've tapped into, it's like this Empress energy. So you see that the Empress has a balance of logic and intuition. Whereas the High Priestess is fully an intuition card, the Empress card is someone who takes action, somebody who expresses their creativity, somebody who has a very abundant life. Creativity and happiness are like your ultimate goals. We see that you take action to bring your dreams into fruition. And you are productive and you like to plant seeds and make things happen in your life. The Empress energy is a feminine, receptive energy, but there's also a little bit of that masculine logic mixed in where you're actually going out in the world and making things happen. So what I'm saying here is like, that's how you tackle the situation with your twin. You're like, anything you can do to make it happen. You didn't want to push, you wanted to be open to receive, but it was like that energy just wasn't coming back to you. And so you did find peace though, because once again, you have that logic that grounds you, and you are the kind of person that's such an alchemist. You always find ways to take lemons and turn them into lemonade. No matter what life throws at you, you ask yourself like, how can I make this serve me? Like, how can I work with this? You're on a very spiritual path. You know, you want to make the world around you more beautiful. The Empress is like constantly beautifying the world around them and is this abundant energy, planting seeds, growing things, productive, putting out different ideas, very creative. So you always find a way to make it work for you. But the hard thing about this situation is that it's down in the core of your soul. And so it's hard because it's like, I can't change the situation. You know, you're used to being able to alchemize things and to be able to transmute energy, and you're a very powerful manifester. So you can, plant those seeds and make them grow. And for some reason, this was just a stubborn plant. Let's say in your garden, it's like there's weeds around it. It's like you watered it too much and it like started to die, and then you let it dry out to get some, and took a step back to let it just get some air and sunshine, and then it got too dry. And then, you decided I'm going to replant it in this soil, and it's just like nothing you can do is going to help this. It's like you just got to let it be, or maybe decide, you know what, maybe I'm just going to take this out of my garden and just release, and just maybe go plant it somewhere in the wild. And if it wants to grow there, it can. And if it doesn't, that's fine. It's like you're just deciding, I'm just going to let nature take its course. And then the rest of your garden, metaphorically, is filled with all these abundant plants, and everything's growing, and you're planting new things all the time, and it's just flourishing. So it's frustrating because you're like, why isn't this one growing? Why isn't, I don't get it. And sometimes maybe it did, and sometimes it didn't. And it's just one of those things where you're like, I don't know what to do. Just throwing up your hands. Like I tried everything. I tried every method. And the last thing is just to let it go, to release. So now what I see for you here is we're looking into, we're going to move on and look now at your strength. So what are your strengths in this situation? What do you have going for you? Well, you really trust in yourself, in your higher self, in the universe or collective consciousness, whatever you want to call it. You have a lot of trust and a lot of faith. You've built a lot of faith on this path. I think you know that anytime something doesn't work out or something falls apart in your life, you always know that it's going to take you where you're supposed to go. I feel like you are one of those people that's like, everything happens for a reason. Like, you might identify with that quote. And so you have a lot of trust in life, and you have this strong ability to go with the flow. Also, once again, you're a hard worker. So you have a lot going for you in your life. You have a lot of projects you can work on. You have so many things you can focus on. So those are your strengths. And once again, that Empress energy, you're very inspired person. So your strengths in this situation is saying, you have a lot of different areas in your life where you can put your energy, where you can get your mind off this, where you can flourish, where you can grow, where you can create positivity. And you have a lot of trust in yourself and in the process. So those are your strengths. So this is the fun part. We're going to look into what your near future is, okay? Now, this is based off of your current energy, and only you have the power to create your future. So if for some reason this doesn't feel in alignment, or you want something else, then you can put your mind to it and your heart to it and manifest something. This is just what could happen in the near future based off where you're at right now, okay? So near future, there actually will be an opportunity for you to date. I see you dating a couple different people, letting new people in your life, making friends, okay? And I do see your passion growing. Every new person that you meet or you connect with or you date, you're learning these different lessons and your heart is opening more and more. So I feel a couple people on your path, a little bit of dating, and then you will find the one. Now, this could be a message. You could be having children in the future if you haven't already. If you have children, then this is a message for you that your children will be very happy. You'll be able to focus on them more. Even if it's animal children, maybe you're not the one of the people who wants to have kids or is into that, but I see animal children, animal pets, or spending more time with your pets or getting a new pet or something like that to boost your spirits. And this could also be that someone that you date has children. So there's 2 children or perhaps coming in your life. This is also a message that you'll be able to, in the near future, you won't feel as affected by this energy. You're not going to worry about how can I get through to my twin, or how can I make this happen, or when is it going to happen, or maybe the next portal will be my twin flame union, or you're going to let go of that. You're not going to be paying attention as much to the twin flame messages and the stuff on the internet and all that. You're just going to be more in the moment. And there's going to be so many people coming in your life. I really do see you dating more and opening your heart up to connect with new people. Even if you feel like the person isn't the one, I still feel like there's going to be a couple. Have you heard like there's Mr. Right and there's Mr. Right Now, or there's Mrs. Right and Mrs. Right Now. I feel like you're going to meet someone who's like Mr. Right Now or Mrs. Right Now. And you'll be in the moment with him and you'll enjoy the connection. And when it's time to release, you'll be able to, because we see like that's what you're learning here, is that everything grows, everything expands, everything changes. Like ultimately, as we pass on after this life, we do let go of every person that we've connected with. And we might reconnect with their souls again in another lifetime, but releasing is a huge part of life, and not everyone who comes in your life stays forever. Some people come for just a certain season. You're never alone. The universe always sends someone. I think you're learning how to embrace a connection or a relationship in the moment and not to worry about the future, and to just be in the now. So yeah, there's going to be opportunities for you to connect again. And I think releasing the twin flame connection, focusing more on what inspires you, your projects, getting your mind off it, staying optimistic, thinking about the idea of connecting with someone else in love will really help you. I feel like you've done all of the soul work, the spiritual work, like the meditations. Maybe you've done cord cutting. I feel like it's more about where you're at in the present moment. You know, if you have a thought about your twin or you feel sad, allow that to flow through you. Allow yourself to feel your genuine emotions, and you don't want to abandon yourself or do spiritual bypassing or do thought blocking or thought stopping. But you know, after you're able to express your emotion, maybe find healthy ways to get it out, like writing or creating art or painting or singing, or I don't know if I just said it, might have just said it, but crying is good because it does release and it detoxes you emotionally. And then after that, you can move on to something that inspires you or uplifts you. You know, you can transmute the energy and work with it. So next, we're going to look into what your approach should be to the situation. So we saw your focus. This might go along with that. What should your approach be to this situation? And we're getting confirmation to retreat. Your twin flame is married. You know, it might be time to just disconnect from that energy. So that could look like a couple different things. It could look like blocking their profile or deleting their profile, or keeping yourself from checking up on them. It could be maybe getting rid of any old energy or old letters or anything that they wrote you, or putting that maybe just getting rid of it or putting it away somewhere that's not close by you. This could look like clearing energy in your space, like getting rid of old items that don't serve you anymore, donating clothing, cleaning out the clutter, sweeping, mopping, just getting everything on a fresh slate, creating sacred space, bringing new energy in. I also see this as abundance. They're saying there's abundance coming in your life. So maybe this is saying focus on your work or focus on growing your abundance. And with the abundance you have, this is telling you to treat yourself. So it's time for like an overhaul on your self-care. This could be getting facials, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, changing up your look, bringing in new colors to wear that make you feel confident or comfortable, or divine feminine energy, maybe some new jewelry. I don't think you need to go out and buy things necessarily to make yourself happy, because that's a feeling that comes from inside of you. But at the same time, you do deserve and you're worthy to take the best care of yourself and to do what you need to establish ease for yourself. So getting a massage, or going to the spa, or getting out to nature or the ocean or the beach, or getting a pair of really comfortable shoes if you've been having problems with your feet or your knees or something, and just taking the best care of yourself. You can use your abundance to do that. And I always tell people, when you're feeling down, or you're going through something that's really hard, or you're going through a depression, or you're having a tough time in life, of course you have to handle your responsibilities, but you can also, if you don't know where to start with self-care. I always tell people that. If you don't know where to start with self-care. Start with getting a good skincare routine going. Start with making sure you're exfoliating, you're moisturizing. Look at your bath products and see, like, is there anything in there that's toxic or that you don't like? Maybe you can get some organic or natural ones, or you can even do tutorials on Pinterest to create some yourself. Have you been scrubbing your lips, like washing behind your ears? Maybe get out in the sun and protect yourself from the sun, but maybe get a little bit of glow to your skin. Maybe you can hit up the dentist if it's been a while, or the doctor if you need any support with that. Look at your diet, eating healthy plant-based fruits, vegetables. Limit the processed carbohydrates, limit the processed sugars, drinking more water. I mean, just anything that's coming up that you need to focus on, that will really help you as you start putting more attention on yourself, and your self-care will help you to move forward in a positive way. So next we're looking into what do you need to know about this situation? So what do you need to know about this situation? And we keep seeing release cards. Yes, you're hitting the nail on the head here. Your intuition, your higher self has been speaking to you about releasing this person, and the time has come to clear your energy. So this is saying you're going to have to be dedicated, because you are in a mental, emotional habit of thinking about this person, of focusing on them, of digging into the situation, of trying to understand it. Remember how you've been educating yourself on twin flame connections and everything, and that was part of your path. You didn't do anything wrong. It was not bad to think about this person, or to be sad about them, or to try for it, or to hope for it. It wasn't bad at all. You didn't do anything wrong. That was all meant to happen. But now it's time to clear the energy. It's part of the process. So this is saying a good way to clear the energy, if you haven't already, is to write a letter to your twin flame. Now, don't send the letter, okay? That takes the pressure off. You're going to write a letter to your twin flame, and then you can take the letter and you can rip it up and throw it away, or you can burn it. If you were able to burn it safely in a fireplace or outside or something, that could be even better. It's a way to release energy. Some people like to sit down in a quiet room where there's no one around and imagine their twin flame in front of them and speak to them as if they were actually there, and like out loud say to them anything that needs to be said, and perhaps at the end of the little talk, in your third eye, in the 5D, you can say, I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you. I am free and you are free. And you can imagine yourself or Archangel Michael with his sword of light or whatever, your spirit guide or higher self, cutting the energetic cords and webs and tangles that connect you to this person in a way that's negative and not serving you, okay? Any cords that are positive, obviously that's nice, but you're cutting the tangles and the webs. And I think this represents cord cutting here. Maybe a couple of different sessions will help. You can also do the classic meditation way where you put on some music, you lay down. I like to put on waterfall music because that helps you to tap into your emotions. And you can picture your twin flame just at a waterfall and they approach you and you sit down in the grass together. This is in meditation, in your imagination, in the 5D. And you do the same thing. You speak with them and you cut the cords. And I've done this, actually. I've done this with people from my past. I did this with people that I thought was my twin flame. I did this with people that had hurt me and I was having a hard time letting go of, people that abused me, and it really helps. It's very powerful. And this is saying, like, you'll start feeling a fresh energy around you when you release this, a fresh energy. This is also saying using Palo Santo or sage around you or in your room and imagining yourself cutting the cords will help as well. So next are your hopes and fears regarding the situation. I think that it's just getting out of that routine of the connection, basically. I think that maybe you're afraid that you did something wrong or you wasted your time, or that, like, maybe you should wait for your twin, or maybe like this whole thing wasn't real or whatever. You're just like confused about the situation, but this is just telling you you did a great job. You had courage for this situation, and this situation has helped to balance you in your energy, and you'll see when you get to the other side. And you don't have to have any shame, any regret, any remorse. You walked your path exactly as you were supposed to. Everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to, and there are blessings and rewards to be reaped on the other side of this. So just keep going, okay? So now here is your outcome. Finally, your outcome. We talked about chemistry, and this is, first of all, this might be a new work situation or a new project for you creatively, more abundance in your life. Because when you release, what you're doing is you're basically healing your root chakra. This whole process has been taking you through this transformation, and a lot of this energy is located in your sacral chakra, which is connected to your creativity, and then your root chakra, which is located at the base of your spine, and that's connected to your financial situation, your money situation, past lives, twin flame connections, karma, all that. So you're clearing a lot of that energy as you go through this process, and so it's opening you up to receive new energy. And so it's just new energy around you, new job opportunity, creativity. And then this illustration here with like this salmon swimming upstream, this is talking about this difficult path that you've been going to, but soon you'll be at the right place to connect with your mate, metaphorically, to find that person that you really feel true chemistry with and where you can share this real relationship with. So the outcome is somebody new coming in your life for sure, opening yourself up to more opportunities, creating energetic space for newness and positivity to come into your life. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. I feel like in this message, I got so many reminders and I learned a lot as well. So thank you so much for suggesting this question and for purchasing this reading. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you later. Peace out.